Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Dr. Ray, and today I am going to go over how to design a mug. Now, I know that some of you are already designing and crafting in this platform and are experts, and so this is something that's new for me that I quite enjoy. I did have quite a few people to inquire about how to make the mugs. And so I decided, why not do a video? We have some sisters out there who are crafting and they're getting a little discouraged. And one thing that I do enjoy about this particular platform is that it's a sisterhood, right? There's enough for each and every one of us. And so I just want to ensure that I'm being supportive in your endeavors because there's been such a supportive platform to me. And so we'll go ahead and we'll just get things started. So first and foremost, I want to kind of just talk about some of the materials and supplies that I use in creating the mugs. So I do have the Cricut mug press, which, I had a few people who asked, about that. I know that I got mine at Joann's for $179. They've been on sale for about $179 during the holiday season. I've only had it for a few weeks and I've made so many mugs. Also, in addition to that, sublimation paper is very important to have for this process. I was using sublimation paper that I purchased on Amazon for $19.99. And 110 sheets were available in that particular package. And I really like that simply because with the ASUB, let me reach up so you guys could see it here. There, it's labeled. So as you can see, it says ASUB on it, and you know which side to print on. Now, I did run out of that paper. One thing about me, I waste a lot of paper. I'm just going to be honest. And so I ordered the sawgrass paper, which does not have any labeling, at least not the pack that I purchased on the back. You're supposed to print on the bright side. So if you have issues with your vision, such as me, especially at this age, then that can be a little difficult, but I've been using it nicely. And so far haven't had any issues. I do have the Echo Tank ET 2800 by Epson. I did convert that over to a sublimation printer. I purchased my Epson printer at Best Buy a few weeks ago. It was on sale for $199. And then I ordered the Cosmos ink on Amazon. And so real easy transformation. What I loved about the Cosmos ink after watching various YouTube videos is that, I didn't have to use any syringes. It was actually, you twist the top off, you pop that bad boy onto the tank, making sure that you line up the colors, which is, really easy to do. And then it fills up. And then, you move on to the next color. It took me actually no time at all. And the installation process was really seamless. You just follow the instructions as you would for regular installation if you're installing a brand new printer to your technology package that you have. So I used my phone. He told me what to do step by step. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? All righty. In addition to the Cricut mug press and my Epson printer, I do have an additional screen for my computer that I purchased a while back. And that's because as an educator, it's just nice to have a couple screens up. And so that really helps me while I'm creating my crafts because, I don't have to keep switching back and forth between screens. In addition to that, for the mug press, you're going to need this thing here, which is a nice little lint roller. And then, of course, you're going to need sublimation mugs. It's very important that you get sublimation mugs and not mugs from the Dollar Tree. I've seen videos where people have tried to sublimate those. It makes sense, right? Because the cups are just $1 and you want to save money. But a lot of folks have already been online on YouTube showing that it just doesn't work. Now, if you know how to do that process, which there are different variations, I think that people are doing. I haven't done enough research to say anything further, but I get sublimation mugs. I buy the Cricut brand, the infusible mugs. I get them usually from Joann's. That's where I've been able to find these the cheapest. I just ordered a 2-pack for $5.24. They had like they're on sale for $5.24 for a 2-pack of the 11-ounce mug. I purchased every one that they had in stock. All of the ones that they had in stock, I made sure I purchased those because that's how busy it's been for me over the past few days in creating these mugs. I also know that you can order sublimation mugs online. Some people use Amazon. Others may have other vendors that they're aware of. I see a lot of sisters on the network sharing information. So as long as you have a sublimation mug, that's all that matters. That's all you need to do to get started. So one of the things I do is I always like to prep the mug. Some people will take alcohol and clean the mug off. I take a lint roller and I just really just kind of brush the mug. That way, if there's any lint or any debris on the mug, guess what? We've already taken care of that. We don't have to worry about what it's going to look like once we print everything out. Another thing is after I've created my mug and prepped it and everything, I make sure that I have heat resistant tape. Now I haven't tried to use any other tape, so I can't tell you if those work or not, but this is one by Cricut. There are other brands out there. I just purchased this because if I'm doing some supply shopping in one of the Hobby Lobby stores or Joann's or something, I just go ahead and, get what I need right there so I can go ahead and get to work. But you can definitely order this online. A lot of times it's a lot cheaper on Amazon, different brands. But I did purchase this. I think this was on sale for like $5 or so. It's also nice to have a nice little something padded, like perhaps a pot holder, so that you can remove the mug once the mug is finished out the press because it will be hot. It's good to have tweezers to help you remove the tape, but you have to be very careful with tweezers because I actually scratched one of my mugs. I'm using tweezers. Yeah, I kind of slid. I've also burnt myself, you guys. Not fun at all. So I'm going to talk about the designing process. I use CANVA, sorry. I know a lot of people use their Cricut, but I'll be honest, my patience runs a little thin waiting on Design Space with all the issues that it usually has with loading and trying to get in and so forth. And so CANVA is pretty friendly and easy to use, and I'll show you guys step by step. But before I do that, I've already printed out an image. These beautiful little folks here are my grandbabies, and it says Santa's List. And so I wanted to create something cutesy for myself for the holiday. When I cut my images out, I try to get as much as that white trim as I possibly can. Sometimes I'm pretty good at it. Other times not so much so, but I try my best to do that. So I place it on the mug, and I'm always sure to place my designs at the very top because I like the way that the color pretty much lifts, at the top. If you say, for instance, have a little space at the bottom, with this mug, I don't, but if you have a little space at the bottom, it's better for it to be at the bottom, I think, than at the top. So I always try to get it as close as possible. I do a dry fit first just to make sure that everything is going to fit really nice and neatly. Hopefully you guys can see this, and it looks like it does. Try to get it as even as possible. As you guys can see, that's not quite even. I have more space left on this side than I do here. So I need to adjust a little bit. I'm going to pull this up just a little bit more. Okay. Now let me see how that looks. It's really easier to, you guys, if you set it down first and then try to measure. That's better. All right, so once you get your desired fit, okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to tape the image to the mug so that it's secure. Now, usually I try to put the first piece of tape on kind of loosely so that I can kind of guide this process. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. You don't want any ripples in the paper at all. Looks like it gives you an opportunity to kind of pull it a little tighter if you want. Okay, so this seems like that this is going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tape the other side here. Now, notice this is kind of loose. Usually you don't want any loose pieces, and that's sometimes the heat won't allow the ink, if the heat doesn't reach it, it doesn't allow the ink to adhere to the cup. So try to secure any loose pieces with extra tape so that you are good to go, like so. Okay. Now, this is what the rim of the cup looks like. Okay, everything's covered from the bottom. Just want you guys to get a nice 360 look at this. And there are no wrinkles or anything. I've rubbed my hand against it. It's nice and smooth, and it's ready to go into the Cricut. So how did I design that? I'm glad you asked. So this is what I usually do whenever I'm creating. You'll notice here on my screen that I have 2 images of the same cup. One has been mirrored, one is not, right? So this is the first one that I created, and then I mirrored the image so that I could print and apply it to my cup. So let's do this step by step. We'll create a new one. But first, let me show you a little bit about sizing. So usually, let's start from here. Let's just go to home. When you start a new project, you can do custom design. Now they do have templates for mugs, but based on, you know, how many ounces your mug is, you just want to make sure that you use the right measurements. As you can see, I already have some measurements here in place. So that was 8 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then here's my design. You guys with me so far? All righty. Now, there are many templates available. You'll see that things will populate. Like, here's some things that already have like a design on it that you can kind of manipulate if you want to. But me, I'm not always crazy about some of the designs that they have. So what I do is I like to create my own. I do get some ideas sometimes from my clients or customers, should I say, or Etsy. Okay. If you go here to the navigational pane, you'll see that there is a little section here for backgrounds. So you can choose whatever background you want for your cup. You can also upload anything that you want. If you already have a background saved that you want, you can upload it. Or you can go to Elements and look. My father and my sister, they're both artists, and I recently used my father's artwork. And let me see, I'm not sure if I saved it, but I used his artwork recently and I uploaded it as a background and then placed, he had painted like people when they didn't have faces, you know, it was just like a silhouette image. And so I put each one of the grandkids in those spaces for my dad as a gift. So let's see, what are we gonna do? It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time, my favorite time of year. So you can type in whatever you want. That's what I like elements for versus backgrounds. When you go to backgrounds, I'm just gonna go back here for a second. You'll see that they give you many different options to choose from: gradients, abstract, food. I recently also created a mug with food. My mom loves peanuts and nuts, well, pecans and walnuts, you name it, she loves it. So I uploaded a background here, and then I placed all of her grandkids' photos on it, and it said Nana's favorite nuts, right? Because all those kids are a bit nutty. But anyway, here are many different styles that you can choose from. But when you go to elements, it kind of takes off the limitations where you can just kind of be creative and let your own creative juices flow. So let's, I'm going to see what I can find under red and green. Wow, okay. So any of these could be my background. I could use any of these, or I could just type in Christmas since it's the holiday. I got to learn how to spell it first, right? Typo. And I can find me an image. I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. Let's choose this one. I kind of like the other one too, though. Let's not. We'll take this one off and choose this one because this one's kind of all around. So this is what I'm going to use for my background, folks. I'm going to stretch this out so that it covers. Now, a lot of times when you stretch, you will notice that the image kind of disappears as it enlarges. That is quite fine. If you are adding an image of someone else, you want them to be the focal point of the mug anyway. And so this right here, these are just accents. They just kind of enhance the photo, right? Now, how much of this you want to show is truly up to you. You could just go to crop. You can move it in, you can move it out. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to adjust this. Let's crop it just a little bit more. Now you can barely see anything at the bottom. I probably want more of the bottom to show on the sides. Okay, that looks good to me. And next, what I'm going to do is I am going to upload an image. Let's see. I think I'll do my son again. I had worked on some things earlier. So this is my sunshine. And what I want to do is, this is one of his graduation photos. I want to remove the background. I like this photo because it definitely matches like the Christmas theme. And that's because, you know, that's his college colors, red and white. So what I'm going to do to remove the background, I'm going to hit edit. And here we have the background mover. Now, sometimes when you edit images, all of the background won't disappear, right? It's still kind of attached to the photo. So if you hit the erase button, you can go in and carefully erase anything that you don't want. And that way you'll have the photo that you need. All right, this photo is a little dark. So I'm going to go back to edit image. Notice that I click on the photo so that I can make changes. Edit image. I'm going to hit photogenic. And I'm going to scroll down to see which type of filter I want for this photo. I have a lot of different options here. Let's see, what looks best? What's going to look best? Let me try this chroma. That makes them look too red. Don't really like that. Let me try this Bali. Not really my favorite. Latte. Oh, no. Not pleased with that either. That is too dark. So as you can see, you can play around with these until you actually get the photo that you desire, that achieved look, right? For me, it's just not happening the way that I want it to. I think this one right here is a little too light. Hazel's not it. See what rustic makes them too dark. A little too dark for my taste. Let me see Bali again. It's between Bali and rustic. Yeah, that's too dark. I don't want my son blending in with the background like that, you know? I want him shine a little bit. Let's go back with this. Guess I'll do chroma. Not a fan of it, but we'll work with it. Alrighty. So another thing I want to do is I want to crop this photo a little bit. It's got a lot of space there. So I'm just going to make it smaller so that I get the elements that I truly want to work with. And now I am about to expand him because the photo to me is the highlight. Now I love photos that are really large because it shows a nice little detail. Guys, I'm really not feeling that filter. Let me go back. I'm just going to go back to none. It doesn't change that much, but now here's a little toggle. You can position the photo any way you like. With me, I like them straight. Right? I can move him to the center. I can move him to the other side of the cup. If you move a photo to the center, keep in mind that is going to show in the center of the cup here. Okay, let's see. Make this young man just a little bit larger. There we go. There's my sunshine. All righty. Now that I have him positioned and I'm pleased with how this looks, what I can do now is, I'm not really crazy about that photo, you guys, but it's all good. I'm trying to see something. Now I have to do my text. All right. So I'm going to click text here. And I can choose any of the text designs here. Some of these are already included. I would like to mention that I do have Canva Pro, so I have access to other fonts. You'll see these even if you don't, and you can always upgrade if you want to use those. If you go to styles, there is a font section here. Kind of breaks the fonts down a little bit. You can also upload your own font types as well. So if you have some downloaded, you can upload those to Canva. I'm going to go back to text. I'm going to use this white Christmas. And you notice I highlight this. This says ungroup. What that does is it removes these, it removes the text from being grouped together. I'm going to hit ungrouped. And you see how it takes away I'm dreaming of, right? Now, I'm going to use this, but I'm going to put my son, I'm going to put his name there, right? He was just recently promoted, so. And I'm going to move it over here because that's not where I'm going to have it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to work with this text. Now, this has 2 lines on it, but if you highlight it, everything will fall in place, and then I'll show you how to organize it. Oh, uh-oh. And I'm going to name this the greatest Christmas gift ever. Now, this is really large, so of course, I'm going to have to take this and make this smaller. And, you know, there we go. I used my space bar to do that, to make it out of 2 lines. And let's see. Now that I have this highlighted, I want to change the color of the text. So I want it to be red. You can scroll down or you can type in your color or your color code. Okay. And I'm going to enlarge this. I'm going to crop this a little bit. So it is. There we go. Nice little crop. Now, one thing that I do like about this is that I can change the spacing of my letters and my line. So my letter spacing, I'm okay with it being close together because I like the script look. But if I didn't, and if I wanted my letters to be spread out, as you guys can see, I could just use this bar and toggle. Okay. Line spacing's okay. I do want a little bit more space though between the lines. So I am going to give it some space here. There we go. That looks so much smoother. It's 31. Oh, I'll keep it at 31. And then there is my son's name. All right, so I want his name to shine. And I can place his name anywhere, like anywhere I want. But before I do any adjusting, I want to adjust the color. And I wanted to make a statement, so I'm going to bold that. Yes, there we go. I'm going to use the lines. Notice I use the line in the background of the wood to kind of center. But if you click on alignment here, this will also do center your text the way you want it to. Alrighty, Sergeant Cornell, the greatest Christmas gift ever. Alrighty. All right. Okay, I like this image. My cup is almost ready to go. Not quite. I think you guys, or ladies, sorry, I'm a country girl by the way of the West Coast. So I do say you guys. You guys are seeing all my business with my family photos and all of that good stuff. Let's see. I know there's another photo that's a little clear. I don't know. I kind of like this photo because it has like that rustic look to it with the, you know, look at the wood in the background. So that totally might work. But I really wanted something to pop a little better. Let me reach over and turn my Cricut Press on. Shucks. All right, we're gonna leave it. It's a lot of scrolling, you know? So we're just gonna leave it. All righty, so this is what I like to do with this. This is all set. I like the way this looks. It's a nice Christmas cup, the greatest Christmas gift ever. Sergeant Cornell, maybe I'm gonna make his name just a little larger. Oh yeah, my baby worked hard for that. Let's see, I like that better. Or maybe I should just put Sarge, but no, we'll leave his name since he has a tie on. Okay, so my next step is I am going to add a page. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in just a second. All right, now that we've added a page, we're going to click download. Notice that the file type is here. You can choose any file type you like, but of course we're doing a mug, so we're going to leave it at PNG. And we're going to hit transparent background, okay? That's so that we get just the file that we want. Now, because I added a second page, it's going to say all pages. I don't want to put all pages because it's going to compress the file. So I'm just going to select page 1. I'm going to hit done, download. And as that's downloading, then I'll get a pop-up box to save the file, right? To my desktop or wherever I want. I'll leave it at Sargent Cornell, and I'll hit save. Now, my very next step is I need to make sure that this image is mirrored. If not, it's going to print backwards on my cup, and we don't want to waste cups. We don't want to waste ink. We don't want to waste paper. We don't want to waste time. So let's upload that same thing, that same image, this image we just created. We're going to upload it here. I like to keep my bottom tray clear, so I'm going to X out of that. And let me go all the way back up to the top. And here we have it. Oops, went to the wrong spot. Sorry, all right. So I'm going to click on page 2, and the image that we just added, what I'm going to do now is I am going to put it on page 2, and I'm going to flip it. All right. Now I'm going to stretch it out so that it covers the whole cup. And it looks good. Yes, yes, yes. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to go back and delete that first page so that all that I have now is the flip version. Now I'm ready to download this. Again, PNG file, transparent. We're going to hit download. And as soon as it downloads, we'll get another pop-up box. If you keep the same file name, once you've changed it, one way to tell the difference is it will number. So we know that this is Sargent Cornell 1, but to eliminate confusion, I'll just keep the same file name. I'll hit save. Then I will get a confirmation. Do you want to replace it? Yes, because if I want to go back and create that design again, I won't make any mistakes in printing something, right, that I don't need. All righty, so now it's show time. My second, now that I've created everything and flipped it, my very next job is to create a Word document. And in my Word document, I'm going to ensure that the layout is in landscape. There are the grandbabies again. Now, just so that I don't waste paper, I always, and I do mean I always ensure that I have at least two mug cuts on here so that I don't waste paper. Now, earlier you all see me place this particular image on a cup already, but being that both of my daughter's kids are on here, I'll print one for the other daughter as well, so this can stay. I'm going to go to Insert, Pictures, this device, because I saved it to the desktop. There's my one and only Sargent Cornell. I'm going to drag him over and align him to my Word document. Notice that there's space all around my document here, which is great because I have to cut around this space, right? Okay. Now, you want to check your size. You can double check on the image. And as you see, those are the same sizes that we created in CANVA. 3 3/4 by 8 1/4. The images are mirrored on both of these. And so now we are ready to print. You want to make sure that you have your correct printer set up. Check your print layout to make sure everything looks good. Hit print. Do any confirmations you need on your printer. I know my printer asks for confirmations. Sometimes, now that it's printing on its own, all of a sudden that I'm doing this video, but sometimes I have to confirm. And we will allow that to do its thing. I'm going to pause for a moment and come back. So we are back. Just want to show you guys, this is the box that Joann's currently has on sale. Again, these are 11 ounce mugs. The infusible ink mugs are the ones that I'm using. 2 come in a box. They're wrapped in plastic. And then there's a button, a bubble wrap also included. And so as that is continuing to print, just going to quickly prep these mugs here. Sometimes I wear gloves because, you know, they're cups and mugs. You hope that people would wash them before using them. And I don't like to have fingerprints on them. But what I do is I usually take like Windex or some type of wet wipe, and I'll wipe the cups down before I package them off and send them. We got to get some tape ready for, I need to buy a tape dispenser. I've had so many teacher supplies and all of a sudden I can't find my tape dispenser. I'm sure it's in one of those boxes somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and prepare my tape so that I can get these cups ready. I have the cup that I showed you guys earlier. It's already baking in the Cricut mug press. Here are our images here. And since I have the one of the grandbabies already cooking, I am going to cut out the image with my son. I'm going to try to be very, very careful to get as close as I can to the edge to remove as much of the white as I possibly can. Now, some people like to use like a paper trimmer or cutter, and that's fine. I'm just not the best, although I have a paper trimmer. Not the best at lining things up, cutting it. It always comes out crooked anyhow. So at least with the scissors, I have a little bit more control. My problem is my vision is just not the way it used to be. So it gets a little hard. It's just part of being in the 40 club, right? The 40 plus club. All right, I'm trimming this a little bit more because I have a lot of white space, a lot more than what I desired. So I'll trim it a little bit more. That looks better. You guys see that? Okay. And I'm going to trim the sides. And we'll try another side here. Ooh, looks pretty good. Thoughts? That bottom doesn't do me any justice at all, but I'll try to get as close as I can without cutting into my son's suit. Okay. Yay. All right, folks. So we're ready. I'm going to, again, remember in the very beginning of the video, the first thing you want to do is kind of dry fit. And when you're dry fitting, you're also checking to make sure that your text is on straight, right? Because you don't want to get a mug. I don't want to have a mug and then the text is not straight. Okay, I'm going to move this up just a little bit more. Oh. And sorry, you guys, I was trying not to answer that call and I accidentally answered. Let me pause for a second. Oh, ladies, I'm back, ladies. Sorry for the little short interruption there, but the other mug, I've got them all ready and set to go to cook in the Cricut. I took out the first mug that I put in that I showed you guys earlier today that I prepped. It's cooling off a little bit. I am going to use, I am going to use a little, gosh, can't even speak today. An oven mitten rather, to pull this off. Really shouldn't be doing this, to be honest, when it's really hot. You really do want to let it cool. But sometimes I don't have patience. It's like I get so excited to see what the outcome is going to be that I can't wait. Ooh, I burnt myself too, so try not to do that this time. Oh, look at these sweet peas. Oh my goodness. Hold on, you guys. I am impressed. These are my babies. One of them's in heaven. So you guys continue, if you would, keep my family in prayer this holiday season. We're glad that God still left me two, right? So here it is. There's my Zamir. Hope you guys can see that. There's Miss Ellie Belly. Okay, and then this is our heavenly angel. That's my baby Zakari. All righty, so this came out really, really well. It's kind of hard. It looks like it's kind of blurry for some reason. Not sure on the camera, but the colors came out really nice. I have to post these in a separate post for you guys, but it's really cutesy. Like, I am in love with this mug. I'm glad that I made another one. So I have some, my oldest grandson's 3. He gets in trouble all the time. So he says, I'm sorry, peas, because that's what he says. And then my baby girl says, oh no, I'm not eating Santa's cookies. She's on Santa's undecided list. And then, of course, Zakari says, I ate Santa's cookies. My baby loved to eat. All right, sisters. So I have the one of my son cooking. When you put in the Cricut mug press, it takes about 5 minutes. And so usually, again, you want to wait until it cools down a little bit before you remove it. And that's just so that you don't burn yourself. I definitely want to add that disclaimer there. If you do, just be very careful. Wear some oven mittens to protect yourself so that you are A-okay. And then be very cautious of using tweezers as well so that you don't ruin your artwork. And here it is. Here it is. Look how nice. Can you guys see that okay? Oh my gosh, it came out so cute. This is super, super cute. Let me show you guys the grandbaby one again with the grandbabies on it. Hopefully, now that it's cooled down a little bit. You guys see that? Oh my goodness. Well, all right, ladies, I hope this helps some of you and keeps, you guys motivated and encouraged. Please excuse the technical difficulties. I'm going to try to go back and edit as much as I can, but just want to wish you guys a Happy holiday season. These make wonderful gifts, really nice gifts. And even if a person doesn't drink coffee or tea or whatever, they're really cute for succulent, for plants. They really are. They're really cute for plants. But anyway, that's all I have. If I can be any assistance to any of you, please reach out, you guys. Take care. Thank you for your time.